Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. This is episode 3 of Come Fly with Tanya on TWA. My name is Grace.
And I'm Tanya.
And today we are going to be talking about faux pas, social missteps, or maybe just bigger missteps in general. Maybe that happened to you while abroad in the many countries you went to. So, did that happen often? Do you know, did you have many, was that a very common thing?
Sort of.
That you just, different cultures, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when I took the boat over to Europe for the first time, we landed in Rotterdam, Holland. And when I got off, and I have all these guilders. I have all my money in Dutch money,
Right.
Dutch guilders. So when we got off, I got on a streetcar. No, I took a train. Got on the train, and I thought that I was still in Poland. So I'm just gonna get off the train. I'm just gonna be adventuresome because I had lots of time.
Right. Of course.
So I get off the train. I think I'm still in Poland, and there's like a streetcar, and I'm just gonna take a ride. I can't explain how crazy I am because I didn't know any Polish. Yes, lots of people know English, but and I don't know where this adventuresome thing comes from. But I get on this bus. Oh no! So I take a train. Okay, so I'm on the train. I get back, and I'm thinking that, well, I need to at least find a place to change some money because I'm hungry. So I get off the train, thinking I'm still in Poland, and I walk into this place to buy something, and they're speaking an unbelievable. I've heard Polish for a long time now, and I didn't. It was real guttural, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I find out that I'm in Belgium, and I need Belgian francs, and this streetcar guy was nice because he stayed. He just pointed. I went in, changed money, came back, and then I found a hotel. It's wonderful. People are wonderful. If you smile and you are open, I will admit this though, because I'm 80 now. You'll miss it.
Yeah.
Maybe because I worked for TWA for so long, but you'll miss the constant contact. So I talk to strangers a lot. I embarrass my family all the time.
So, that's very interesting. You just took a train and you ended up in a completely different country.
Completely different country.
And there was no sign of that or anything?
May have been, but I didn't see it.
Alright. What you don't know, right?
It's all an adventure.
Sounds like fun. So, because you were there you were in different countries for a good portion of your life, right? Would you say?
Yeah. 38 years working for TWA and going to different countries, sure.
Yeah. So, there had to be a time or two when there was some kind of miscommunication, right? Where something just didn't quite fit right, or, the puzzle pieces didn't lay flat and perfect, just like, that story. It's fantastic and wonderful that you got to change out your money and just keep going, and it was just fun and there were no repercussions. But have there ever been any times where you, went somewhere or, I don't know, anything like that?
Got in trouble?
Got in trouble, yes, from a mistake or...
So, Lynn, Susie, Sonny, and myself, we flew. We're going to Poland.
Right.
We got on a train. Well, so we fly into Germany. We get on a plane. We get on a train. And we had seen the wall, but we get on a train and we're coming down And as we get in our little, it's right out of books that you read and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Old train, wooden doors, and creaky open. And Susie's got we all have cameras.
Right.
Sonny had
of
a
course.
Sonny had a Sony. I had a Canon. I was always a Canon girl. And Susie had a movie camera. So we're in this compartment, and I don't mean to say anything about Germany, but this was in the 70s. This was a long, long time ago. And all these German guards with their rifles and machine guns are walking up and down and up and down. And one of them opens up just to see what, I guess to check our passports, and I'm getting my passport out, and Susie starts taking a movie of him. And he, in German, goes ballistic, and in German, and we knew what he wanted, he's going to take her camera. He's going to take her movie camera. And Susie, who's the smallest of any of us, is like, you can't make it. Lynn, who's the biggest gal of all of us, grabs the movie camera, and Susie's takes the film out and hands the film to the policeman, soldier, or whatever. And then it was fine. But I'm like, are you crazy?
That is terrifying.
I know. They could have taken us too. Whatever. So all of a sudden the train stops. All the East German guards get off the train, and on come the Polish police. It was the difference between, I have goose pimples, the difference between night and day. They were laughing, they were singing. I'm telling you, it was just...
It was a party on a train.
The whole reason we wanted to go was to go to Auschwitz. It's going to be hard. Anyway, so it was like party time. Party time.
Right.
Had a good
So
time.
with them being that strict, did you fly into Germany? Is that where your plane came in? So with them being that strict, I'm shocked there weren't any other issues or mistakes or anything like that.
No. Well, there was the wall. I mean, we saw the wall, part of the wall. I am too. We were very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Did you ever have any mistakes, like in airports or any, repercussions to anything you ever did? And like, I don't know any, because I know they're very strict. I mean, I haven't flown abroad, but speaking, I've heard they're very strict about passports and travel visas and different things like that. Did you ever have any issues with anything like that, or?
Probably, but I don't remember. I didn't personally. Oh, okay. So we didn't have a visa for East Germany. So they did take us down to the bowels of this jail, and we sat in front for 2 or 3 hours, and they finally stamped our passports and let us go. But I mean, that was really scary. And we saw part of the actual wall, the Berlin Wall. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
So they like put you in
It was a jail.
jail?
We weren't in it. We were across from it, but we were down, and it took. I mean, we were very lucky.
That's terrifying.
Because that would be, and we weren't terrified. That's the whole crazy part. We're like, let's take pictures and let's, I mean, crazy Americans.
Yeah.
Can't do that nowadays.
This is true.
But the minute we got at the Polish border on this train, and the Polish guards came on, I mean, it was it was just wonderful. So we got off the train, stayed in Warsaw, and the hotel was right next to a big restaurant bar. Here's the deal. In those days, 1979, when you had a foreign currency, you had to exchange all your money into Polish money. Or not all, but as much as you want. And I don't know if that's the way today, but it's called zlotys, I think. You couldn't take any Polish money out of the country. You had to spend it. Well, the other part about that, everything was cheap in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly cheap. The hotel where we stayed was right next to a bar. We bought everybody in the bar drinks and dinner. I mean, it was just party time.
Yeah. So it was a good relief from the train.
Well, not only
and the
that,
jail.
not only that, it was the whole reason we went to Poland was to see Auschwitz.
Mm-hmm. Which we will be talking about in another podcast.
Yeah, that was just, but that was probably the scariest I've ever come to
Mm-hmm.
not making it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun talking about
Thank you.
mistakes and repercussions, I guess, while traveling abroad in the 70s, you said.
My big thing is you have to be, you can't go anywhere if you don't love people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about seeing places. Yeah, that's all wonderful. You're going to have wonderful pictures and everything. It's about the people that you meet
Yes. Of
and the
course.
stories that they have. My problem is I don't shut up. But when you're amongst people like that, you learn so much. It's so much better than reading out of a book.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you must travel, and you have to be open to people in order to do it. And even nowadays, I know it's dangerous or whatever, but you're missing so much if you don't travel.
Mm-hmm.
People are wonderful.
Well, that will be the end of our podcast today. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.